What's going on, everybody? It's Matt, aka the Lumberjack Landlord. Guys, eviction moratorium's over. I've got things that I want to make sure other landlords are doing in their process. We all know that we can create our own rental tenant box. That is all the requirements that we list. Guys, most of the issues that you've gone through in the pandemic are not going to show up. If you have that box today, they're not going to show up yet. You're going to have people that are going to be getting out of apartments before they're evicted. You're going to have people that haven't been paying their rent. You're going to have people that maybe got assistance, maybe didn't, and you have no idea about it. You guys absolutely must be more diligent in how you are approaching this. There are great tenants out there that you aren't going to get because there's going to be so many coming at you and so many different stories and things that they've experienced. Guys, make it really, really easy on yourselves. I've created a landlord cheat sheet of here are the things that we are looking for in our state that are legal to look for. I don't know about your state. They may or may not be, but they are legal in our state to look for because I'm expecting with the number of evictions that are going to occur that there is going to be a real shortage in directly and quickly available housing. So that means that rents are going to be more expensive. That means you're probably, instead of having 4 people for every place, you might have 8 or 10. Again, really depends on your local market, but I want to make sure that you guys are covering really these 4 areas. So first and foremost, absolutely most importantly, we are actually having tenants that are interested in any of our units to provide proof of payment to their landlord over the last 6 months. Because if they weren't paying that landlord, I want to know about it. And if they can't produce that proof, then I'm out. I paid cash. Nope, sorry. Nope, absolutely not. I want to see proof that they paid their landlord in the last 6 months. Number 2, I want pay stubs. I want to see in their pay stubs that they had consistent employment, i.e., you won't be able to tell that directly from one pay stub, but if you get a couple pay stubs and you see, oh, they make $600 a week. Well, $600 a week times 4 is $2,400. And we're 7 months into the year, so 7 times 2,400, real quickly, 16,400, I think off the top of my head. If they've made $8,000 or $6,000, they either A, changed jobs, or B, maybe they were out on furlough. Impossible to know. These are things that are not going to show up in your normal credit search because no one's hit their credit yet. They're not going to show up in any other type of court documents because the eviction has not been granted yet. Again, there are professional tenants that will be out there taking advantage of this situation, trying to make this happen. So I implore you, do your due diligence because it will be a rental market likely in the next, I'd say probably anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 months. This is going to be one of the most amazing rental markets you've ever seen because it's going to be the normal group of people looking for rentals as well as the people leaving other rentals that then aren't going to be immediately available to be put back on the market. Either A, the landlord might decide to sell the property vacant because, let's face it, after what everybody went through in the last year and a half, that's a very real possibility. The second thing is it might finally need a refresh because it needs to be gone through and done up because that tenant just decided to leave it in a dilapidated state. And so now you have to fix it up. That's going to take you a few weeks. And you're going to be competing with everybody else that has help that's going to be coming and trying to do that work there in your house. Guess what? You're competing with everybody else because everybody else is going to be in the same boat as well. And the timing is going to be much alike because you're in the same region, you're in the same state law. These are typically the things that you're going to be finding. So again, guys, I absolutely implore you, have a better strategy for getting tenants in. Because again, evictions will not be on record. Lack of payment to the landlord will not be of record. Payment assistance likely is not of record in your state of whether or not they receive payment or not. Unemployment. So guys, please get those pay stubs, have the conversation. I put together a package where I talk to renters about this is what I want to see from you. I want to see your pay stubs. I want to see proof that you paid your previous landlord. I'm fine if you got assistance during it, but I want you to be honest that, your job, you were out of work for whatever it was, 2-3 months. I just want you to be honest about that and let me know. That way I can understand exactly how you were impacted by COVID. So again, guys, this video I think will be a huge help to you. Please, please, please take advantage of the time that I've spent sitting down and calculating exactly what landlords are going to need to do to best protect themselves. I got gotten twice in the last year by fake landlord references. Fake landlord references. So another area and thing that you should check is if they call you and if they give you a landlord reference, make sure you get their name. Make sure you get their mailing address, where'd they send the rent to. And because that's likely where the deed for that house is. If it's a rental property, there's likely paperwork that actually shows this is who bought and owns this house, but this is where their mail gets sent. This is just another step of follow-up where you can make sure that you understand that you're actually talking to the landlord, not to a buddy of theirs, and that they didn't fraudulently give you some sort of a reference. Again, I hate to even think this way, but it got me twice this last year. I thought it would never happen to me. It would certainly never happen to me again, but I didn't do that level of due diligence. I took the person's word for it. They said they were great, and guess what? They stopped paying rent 3 months after they moved in. It's been 8 months now, and they haven't paid a penny. So guys, don't want you to get hit by the same thing I got hit by. Thankfully, there was a program out there. We were able to file and work with them and work with the state to actually get some of that money back. However, I'm not going to depend that the government's going to be able to do that again. So I need to make sure that we're getting a tenant in there that is going to pay their rent moving forward. And that worst case scenario, if something bad happens, like they lose their job, that they're at least going to communicate with us and work with us to try and get something done. Because this last year of managing that process was an absolute, complete, and total nightmare. It was a ton of time, and they were dragging their feet every step of the way, which really didn't make any sense to me. But again, everyone, thank you so very much for your time. Make sure you subscribe because we're putting a ton of effort and energy into these videos, trying to think through the different strategies and what we're employing in our market. Again, make sure you check your local and state law of whether or not you're able to do some of these things. For us, we certainly check that, and we've been given kind of the thumbs up saying these are all things that you guys are allowed to do. So again, Lumberjack Landlord, please make sure you subscribe. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put something below. I'll make sure to answer any of those questions. But guys, good luck and enjoy probably the craziest rental season you will ever see ever again in your life. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.